Hello, everyone. Welcome to Lost in the Real. This is Sean, and that is
Maria.
And we are going to be going over our top 5 favorite props or objects in a film. If you want to go ahead, Maria.
If you haven't watched the first one, stop and watch the first part because it's awesome. Okay. Number 5. Are you ready? This is probably my favorite one, even though it's not number 1. It's a favorite. I don't know why. Don't question me. From Beetlejuice, the shrimp hand. From the iconic dinner party. No. It's just hilarious and terrifying at the same time. And that whole scene and Catherine O'Hara, everything, it's just, that whole movie will forever be my favorite. Not my favorite, but in my favorites. And the shrimp hand just gives it that extra over the top, the mood of the movie, just everything. I love it, and I hope I never get grabbed by a shrimp hand in my life.
I do not like that movie.
Okay, this is a whole other video where I fight you to death over this.
We'll have a
shout
brawl.
out to the face hugger.
Yeah, no, I'm not a fan of that movie. But I understand why people do love it.
Get out. Okay.
Okay, so my number 5 is going to be the guitar Flamethrower from Mad Max Fury Road.
Yes.
Whoever, and I think it's probably George Miller, but whoever thought of this idea is incredible, and it's so iconic, and this movie is so good. It's one of my favorite films of all time. It just after all the intensity and extremities of the movie, and then to just fucking have a guitar flamethrower, seriously, it's amazing.
Amazing. Great choice.
Thank you.
That whole the making of is just so much fun.
Yeah.
Great choice.
Thank you.
Okay, my number 4 is, I had to choose from different movies from this director / creator, whatever he wants to call himself, Wes Anderson. I went with Budapest Hotel, and my prop is the Mendels Patisserie box.
Okay.
If you remember the movie, it's just beautifully designed. I have a pin from that box. It's just beautifully designed, not only the graphics and the whole graphic design by Annie Atkins, of that whole movie, all the details, the forms, the papers, everything. But that box, not only the graphic design, but just the way it opens with that bow that you just it just gives you that coquetel au chocolat, which apparently is the patisserie inside there, that then also plays a critical role in the movie when they sneak in the tools for the Great Escape. So it's just everything Wes Anderson, obviously a little over the top, but it's beautiful. It was hard to choose one movie, one prop, but it's just the attention to detail. It's just obvious and very appreciated by people like me, hipsters.
I mean, it's not just hipsters, though. It's he is so intricate in his design and the way that he is, and he's so different than any other director. So, I didn't, unfortunately, pick anything from his films, but I do appreciate all of his attention to detail. Absolutely. My number 4 has already been spoken about. And it's the burn book.
Yes.
First and foremost, like this movie is so important to me, just like as like a coming of age tale, and it is still continuously funny to this day. But that burn book is like an object that really just is the crux of the film, and I just love that movie. And I also, way back in the day, a little sidetracking, but way back in the day in elementary school, I had a friend who did a burn book,
Love
and
burn books.
she literally came out and she like had everybody talk shit on everybody else, and that was it. Like I was in sixth grade. Like, come on, lady. But she ended up getting suspended for it. So, but it's relevant, and I just think it's such an iconic prop.
Fun fact, Carrie White, the production designer for that movie, him and the director had worked before with Jamie Lee Curtis and Lindsay Lohan in Freaky Friday, so he got the taste and feel of the book from Jamie Lee Curtis' daughter's room. Fun fact.
I
I
love
obviously
it.
Googled that. Okay, my number 3. Are you ready?
I am so ready.
Throwback 80s, one of my favorite movies. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. The Shrinking Ray. It's just, it's beautiful. I'm a nerd. I love like practical props that you can see and touch and you can almost see how they work. And it was just repurposed materials. Like there was a recorder from the 80s. Like there was stuff that was repurposed to build this ray. And you can see it, and you can see how it's very believable that a nerd like totally forgot his name. Like this nerd would build both the actor and the character nerds. Yeah, and it's just obviously like it shrinks the kids and you know craziness, and it's just lovely. And that whole era of movies kind of use this type of very like mechanical props that I love.
I think that's a great choice. I haven't seen that movie in forever, but obviously that object is like something that you'll never forget, you know? So my number 3, and Morgan would really like this one. It's the Timeturner from Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban.
Yes, nerds. Yes.
Nerds unite! I honestly, I could think of a million different objects from the Harry Potter series, but the Timeturner and also Prisoner of Azkaban is personally my favorite Harry Potter film and favorite book. And the Timeturner is just like the icing on the cake to me, and it's just you know you really start to get to know Hermione once she starts using this object, and that's why I love it so much. Yeah.
Excellent choice. I didn't even think of Harry Potter. I think I'm still mad at J.K. Rowling, but it's
Well,
beautiful. That film is beautiful, and it's just so smart. The whole, not only the use of that prop, but just the existence of that little thing. Great choice.
thank you.
My number 2, Terminator 2, the shotgun. The shotgun. It's just
Oh.
obviously iconic. Like the Terminator, Schwarzenegger, it's just iconic on its own. But the shotgun, it's just like it brings that coolness to another level. And the way he loads it, there's also a pin for that where it's like the box of roses that he's carrying, and then he like takes the shotgun out from the box and just like starts shooting, and he's driving his bike and he just charges it. Like, it's just amazing. And this like little queer, what was I, like 6, 7 year old at the time, was just like, oh my god. So immediately went and bought like a plastic shotgun, the ones that comes with like the duckies, and my sunglasses, and I was like, I am the Terminator. Sorry, Mom, but thank you for buying me the shotgun. Amazing.
I mean, the first two Terminator movies, they're classics, and that shotgun, like, no one's ever gonna forget that. My number 2 is going to be the One Ring to rule them all. One ring to find them. One ring to bring them all, and in the darkness bind them?
Sure.
Lord of the Rings.
Epic.
Like, I'm sorry, the Lord of the Rings I am obsessed with, and I am so nerdy about it. People are nerdy about Star Wars and Marvel and all of those things. I'm nerdy about the Lord of the Rings, and that ring is one of the most important props or objects in a film ever, or 3 films, and I will never forget it for the rest of my life.
And neither will all the nerds. Yes, love it, and it's just beautifully. I hope it was a physical prop at some point because it's beautiful, but I'm sure like all the light and the light to me was just like, oh yes, amazing.
And then the Elvish lettering on it.
Engraving, yes. Okay.
Nerd.
Okay, are you ready? Number 1. It's kind of like mainstream and obvious, but I love it and I don't care. From Jurassic Park, and there were a lot of choices from Jurassic Park, the first one, but I'm gonna go with the Barbasol can where the embryos or whatever travels, or is being like smuggled outside of the park, which never happens actually because Dennis Nedry dies. But just obviously Spielberg, that whole movie, all the props, the jeeps, the amber with the mosquito, the claw at the beginning of the movie before we see any dinosaurs, and the cup of water, just all those details that make the movie amazing, even if you don't see the dinosaurs, just like the whole ambience of the park and the lab and the eggs and everything. It's just, obviously that movie we all love, but I love it on another level, as many of us do. And the can is just, it's just great, and the way just after he drops it and it falls into the mud, it's just that scene of like just kind of like saying like, oh, that life is lost, but then in reality life finds a way. So just love it.
I love the way that you just explained that right now. I love it.
Nerd alert.
Yes, seriously. Okay, so my number 1 is very, very, very special to me. And it is from a film. The first time I watched it, I hated it. And then every time afterwards, I started loving it more and more and more and more. And it is definitely one of my favorite films. So my number 1 favorite prop slash object in a film is going to be Frank's rabbit mask in Donnie Darko.
Amazing. Good job.
And like I said, I did not like this movie at first. It's weird. It's a weird ass movie, but it means so much to me now for so many different reasons. And that mask is just so iconic, and it's so weird and creepy. and just it kind of exemplifies everything that I love about this movie, and that it was not afraid to take chances and do different things that people hadn't done before, and that's why Frank's rabbit mask is my number one favorite prop.
Great, great, great choice. Yes, definitely. I love the movie. I think it's either you love it or you hate it. I think Morgan hates it, but it's
Don't.
just yes, it's just angsty, and it's like it's dark, but it's not really dark. I just love it. I think 80% because of the soundtrack, and 10% because of Drew Barrymore. But it's just great. Yeah, like you said, the mask, and just the whole scene of how the character creates it, not Donnie, but the other character just creates the drawings and the mask, and it's like something that someone made, and it just makes it that much more special and creepy. It's great. Great choice.
Thank you. So this has been Lost in the Reel. This is Sean.
This is Maria.
And please subscribe to our channel, like our videos, and then also comment down below. Let us know what your favorite props are. There's so many, it's hard to count.
So many. There's a list, that 3 list put together that we obviously like cheated a little bit looking through it, but it's amazing. And tell us more props. Tell us all the props that you like.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, guys. Take care.